Welcome to the Helldivers Training Manual. Today, we are going to go over the basics of providing sniper support on the front lines. Whether you're providing long-ranged fire support, scouting and marking patrols, or setting up a forward operating base, you'll need to use all the advantages you can. There are multiple viable armor passives that can be useful for snipers. One is the Scout passive that allows for a wider radar radius, 30% reduction, to a range in which an enemy can detect you and allows you to ping any area on the map to generate a radar scan every 2 seconds. The other armor passive is the Servo-assisted passive, which allows an increased throwing range by 30%, along with 50% extra limb health. Marksman rifles, such as the R63 Diligence and the R63 CS Diligence Counter Sniper, provide moderate firepower as a primary weapon for snipers, typically for small arms fire against light and medium armored enemies. Secondary weapons are always varied depending on the needs of the Helldiver. It can be backup firearms, such as the P2 Peacemaker, the P19 Redeemer, P4 Senator, the P113 Verdict, and the SG-22 Bushwhacker. Otherwise, some Helldivers may prefer more of a utility-focused sidearm like the GP-31 Grenade Pistol, P-72 Crisper, or the LAS-7 Dagger. Throwables in a sniper's arsenal tend to be more utility over explosive or lethal, but will always vary on the Helldiver, from the G-23 stun grenades, G-4 gas grenades, G-3 smoke grenades, G-123 thermites, or the K-2 throwing knife. Support weapons are situational. Most Helldivers that opt for a sniper's arsenal will carry the APW-1 anti-material rifle, or AMR for short, and either have a marksman rifle for smaller enemies or a different primary weapon entirely. The RS-422 railgun is often brought instead of the AMR, and while it does not have an adjustable scope for long distances, Helldivers are still able to hit targets at incredible ranges. For long-distance shooting, knowledge of your weapon and its capabilities are imperative. Shooting targets from longer distances with different weapons yield varied results when it comes to how far the projectile can go before dropping. Ballistic weapons, such as the Diligence Counter Sniper, and AMR drop down 1 mil-dot around the 300 range. Farther than that, and you need to utilize the vertical mil-dots downwards. The majority of the time, you will not need to be firing any further than the average range of 150 to 200 meters. Weapons such as the MLS-4, X-Commando, RS-4, 2-2 railgun, and LAS-99 Quasar cannon do not have bullet drop, and they will hit whatever you aim it at. The Lift 850 jump pack is one of the most useful stratagems for snipers to bring with them, as it allows for Helldivers to reach higher and better vantage points, bypass obstacles, travel farther easier, and quickly maneuver or evade enemies. The B1 supply pack is useful for snipers on their own and without supplies nearby. The supply packs can be carried as the main backpack, or they can be used as a makeshift supply drop. Snipers can pick up the supply pack and grab the supplies they need before discarding it. Alternatively, supply packs can also be used as a supply stash. Helldivers can drop the supply pack on an already planned route, or an area where they may pass by and use it to resupply. Utilizing the supply pack allows other Helldivers in the Fireteam to call down supplies without hindering either sniper or Fireteam with the cooldown. The AX Guard Dog variants, such as the AR-23 Guard Dog, the LAS-5 Guard Dog Rover, or the rarely utilized TX-13 Dog Breath, can also provide some protection to the sniper when engaging or disengaging the enemy. While a moderate form of defensive or offensive fire assistance is necessary, the guard dogs can sometimes alert the enemy to your position, if not recalled to the backpack. Ambushing patrols or stationary enemies on an objective is all about acting fast and target prioritization. The best way to get the drop on an enemy group is to take out as many priority targets as possible. Whether by stratagem or quick reflexes, avoiding detection is the most important trait for a sniper. Oftentimes, you may have to combine multiple techniques in order to take down larger groups or outposts. This could be using a stratagem at the same time as firing at all priority targets in quick succession. Superior firepower that can level the playing field, both figuratively and literally, can yield similar results. In most circumstances, it is better to know when to engage and when not to engage. If a patrol and stationary group of enemies are near each other, then it would be wise to allow the patrol to pass if your target is the stationary group. Circulating around the perimeter of an enemy outpost for reconnaissance opens up more avenues for approach, target identification, angles of where to strike, how, and with what. Stalking patrols to ensure they are taken out or leave the area is important to keeping you concealed from the enemy. Patrols can be the biggest threat to an operation if not dealt with quickly. A diversion or misdirection can be helpful in detouring a patrol, but they will be on alert and still in the vicinity. If you have to take out the patrol, start with target priority, then plan on how and what angle you will strike from. Stealth is key to a sniper's survival, especially if they infiltrate behind enemy lines or if the enemy surrounds them. Circumventing patrols and the ability to avoid line of sight from any stationary units. Weather and hazards, such as heavy rain, blizzards, or sandstorms on a planet, can affect an enemy's ability to spot you. This also includes any armor passive, foliage, and solid object in between you and their line of sight. The best way to learn more about stealth and the many methods for achieving a ghost-like Helldiver status to the enemy is highlighted in the Ghostdivers Guide to the Galaxy. This guide was made by General Eravin of the SES Spear of Supremacy and leader of the Ghostdivers. General Eravin also highlights a lot more information and in-depth details on many other subjects and topics that you may find helpful. All information and links will be in the description. If you want to join the Reaper Division, there will be a link to the Discord. Hopefully, you find this information helpful and utilize it to the best of your ability in liberating the galaxy from tyranny. This has been Admiral Valkyrie of the SES Keeper of the Stars. Keep safe out there, Helldivers, and good hunting, Reapers.